the consistency. I'm excited to see this fight.
And we see that this fight is sponsored by Dominicana de Seguros. Again, the very first women's fight in the DR. Let's take it up. And now first, walking out to the cage, Andrea, Fortaleza, Soraluz. This woman here has been training at ATC Sunrise. She's ready to put on a performance. She hasn't fought for quite a while, but her coming down to the DR and putting on a show is all she wanted to do. Now, I was able to move around with her yesterday of just shadow boxing, getting her loose for this fight, and she was on game. Honestly, if she's able to do what she did to me while we were practicing, this fight is going to be a quick one. She is also bumping up in weight from strawweight to flyweight, but overall is ready to put on a show. Doesn't matter, just like one of the first fights, size doesn't matter, and she's here to kind of show that not just being a Peruvian fighter, but a women's fighter in general. Here, the first one in the DR, she's ready to put on a show.
I'm excited to see what happens. You know, you got two fighters coming from different places, and I think, you know, it's a universal language, fighting.
Now for her, she doesn't care where this fight goes. She wants to keep it standing, but if her opponent, the taller opponent, comes in close, she is more than happy to take this fight down, implement ground and pound. I don't know much about her submission game, but I know she is comfortable, and she's really happy wherever this fight goes. Not the best record in the world at 1-3, but with this showcasing her skills, she's ready to turn that cycle around.
You know, there was definitely a size difference at the weigh-ins from what I saw. And it's interesting to see how it plays out.
I think out of all my fights in MMA, I've only had one fight where I was taller. I was like, wow, this is different.
That was your toughest fight?
It was very different. And now walking out to the cage, Dulce, Encarnación, La Potra. She is an amazing fighter. Again, they have to showcase her skills. She's from the DR, and for being the very first fight, professional fight, women's fight in the DR is an amazing opportunity for her, and she's ready to put on a show and implement and show her skills, not just to the DR, but to the world.
It's a great opportunity for her to be able to fight in her own country and be able to perform. It's going to be interesting. She looks like a phenomenal striker. The size, just for me, is a little bit much.
This fight is sponsored by Dominicana de Seguros. Ladies and gentlemen, our next fight is the first professional fight female in the Dominican Republic. 3 rounds for the flyweight division. This event is sanctioned by the Dominican Mixed Martial Arts Commission. Introducing first, on the blue corner, weighing in at 125 pounds, with a professional record of 1 victory and 3 losses, from Peru, Andrea Fortaleza Soraluz. On the red corner, weighing in on 125 pounds, with a professional record of 0 victories and 1 loss, from the Dominican Republic, Dulce, La Potra Encarnación. Our referee in charge, Carlos Castillo.
Y el tercero imparcial.
And the very first professional women's fight in the Dominican Republic in its history is about to start.
Peru versus Dominican Republic. I'm excited.
I don't see this fight going the distance.
Well, you know, listen, if you're 0-1, you want to go out there and get a W. Right now, if you're making history, this is the time to do it.
Oh, these women are taking no time. They're just going straight at it, trading kicks back and forth.
Their striking looks phenomenal.
Beautiful right by Encarnación.
Look at that underhook. Look at that pressure. You can tell they're definitely knee to the quad, which is what you're supposed to do. Oh, beautiful uppercut. Beautiful overhand right.
A
Nice rear push
break.
kick. Very good striking. She's got to weather the storm a little bit.
And Encarnación is putting the pressure. She's using her size to her advantage. Getting that underhook, throwing those knees, throwing those little pit-pat
Nice
strikes.
reversal. Oh, she's got a whizzer. Oh, beautiful
and she takes
takedown.
the back.
Kimura right there. No, not.
And immediately we see just overall
Good job
body
going to
lock.
the cage. She's a little cage experience right there, crawling to the cage and using that to get herself up. She's got to get that underhook.
You know,
Right now-
the cage is a friend of me. You know, it's either good or really bad. Depends how you utilize it. And so far, she's used it as her friend.
Good job, good strikes. She's got to get her hands up. She's got to stick and move. She's got to get off that cage.
But Andrea's taking a lot of strikes, and that's why she's clinching. That's why she's trying to hold on a little bit, trying to, you know, reassess herself and trying to figure out the situation to make it better for herself.
Well, right now she's not winning the battle with the overhook. She's got to get underhooks. You know, especially when someone taller is getting an underhook, they're jacking you up. And you and I both know you don't want to win that one.
Yeah. And she's doing a nice frame. The only problem is she's kind of putting herself out of position.
She's got to get that underhook. She's just losing that battle right there.
And that's the battle of just any grappler on the fence. Underhooks will
Look
always
at that. Look at
win.
that right there. Good.
Up.
See, that underhook is going to change the game for her. There is a height difference. Oh, that right cross. She's got to set those kicks up with punches again.
And Encarnación is not relieving that pressure. She's just pushing forward again, getting those underhooks and pushing Andrea to the fence.
Well, she's using her size advantage. It's smart on her part to go ahead and put that pressure. You and I both know that, that's going to pay dividends later on in the round. And what's going to happen is that pressure gets you tired.
It does.
Yeah. And we got to understand sometimes the heat in here can also pay an effect. You're under the lights. People don't really take that into consideration. So you need to change the game, especially when you're on the fence. You and I both know that's not going to help the judge's decision.
And this has now become an inside type of brawl fight, where it's on the cage, it's going to the other side of the fence, and moving back and forth, and both women are landing strikes. Encarnación landing the more dominant strikes, the more proficient ones, but overall, Andrea still surviving, still pushing the pace, with now a little over than 2 minutes to go.
I gotta tell you, Andrea's doing a great job of just moving it around, slithering it. She's in the, right there, we got a little issue. She's putting the pressure on her. She's gotta get that underhook. She's gotta come out the back door, hand control.
And when you have an underhook, or even a double underhook like that,
Right
you have to
now
lift that
go
to the
knee,
sky.
knees, lots of inside knees.
Take your taller opponent off the center. If you just hold an underhook, it doesn't matter. You have to lift it to the sky and make your opponent's shoulders go off the center. But you see Andrea, now with her hands on a little bit, she might be a little tired.
Yeah, we're seeing a little bit of a conditioning aspect. Dulce's definitely doing a good job with the strikes. She's not afraid of the kicks. She's definitely not afraid of her strikes whatsoever.
Oh,
Straight right cross lands to the face.
those
Oh,
combinations.
beautiful
And
counter
Andrea's
back by
fighting
Andrea.
back, though.
Yeah, she's definitely hanging in there.
Wow.
We got a minute and 20 left. Let's see how this finishes out.
If this makes it past the first round, I wonder how the conditioning for both of these women is going to hold up, because this has been really predominantly an Encarnación fight.
Beautiful
But
elbow,
overall,
beautiful
it's
elbow.
still back and forth.
1-2 right there. Again, jab cross. She's setting it up.
That's how you know one's a tired fighter. She just throws the one haymakers, and the other one's just throwing combinations.
Well, not having gas in the tank is the worst thing
Yeah.
in the MMA game.
It is the hardest thing, but we see We see Dulce kind of waiting a little bit now. She's trying to kind of recoup a little bit.
Yeah, but she's also setting those kicks up with nothing, and she's getting countered all the time.
Oh, beautiful overhand right.
Yeah, but if you look what's happening right here, Dulce's just eating everything, doesn't care what she throws because she's not being hurt whatsoever by anything. Andrea's doing a good job staying busy, but those punches don't have much zip on them.
Yeah, that was more a little a smacking effect, hitting her with the palm.
I mean, honestly, right now, Andrea, I think should go for a takedown. Maybe try a different game plan at this point.
Let's say changing the game plan, changing the strategy of the fight a little bit. And an amazing round by Dulce Encarnación, just dominant.
Great fight for, making history. Both females trying to put on a great show. Andrea's definitely staying in there. I'm pretty impressed with that.
Now, we take a look back at the replay. Encarnación always getting that takedown, always getting those underhooks, and just pushing the pace the entire time.
She's definitely applying the pressure, definitely having control of the whole fight, I feel. The first round definitely went to her. And, now we decide what the coaches say in there and how they're going to come out with the game plan for this next round.
Now, what would you tell Andrea for this next round? What do you think she can change in the game plan to kind of, start leading to her side?
Listen, for me, takedown. You got to change the game plan. You're not winning the striking game. You're not doing anything to counter. It's your job to get in there and possibly slow the pace down. The pace is too fast for her right now, and Andrea doesn't seem to have the conditioning or the cardio to keep it going like this for much longer.
We see Dulce kind of leaning over a little bit. She leaned over a little bit after the round ended and still leaning over when she stood up from the stool. So there might be a gas tank, but overall we'll see after the bell rings.
I got to tell you, the heart of Andrea is pretty impressive. She stood toe-to-toe. She never ran away, and she was in the fight the whole time.
And she definitely took some shots.
Ooh,
and
you can hear
she's
that.
Trying to push the pace.
You can hear that from sitting here. We can hear that thump.
That's
overhand right.
That's the one benefit about not having a crowd. You hear every strike landing.
Yes. And I tell you, it's a different type of mindset when you don't have a crowd. Because when you can hear the other opponent go, you know what to do at that point. Ooh, I think she just slapped her. Welcome to the DR.
Yeah. Diaz slap.
Just let you know how it's gonna let you know how the whole night's gonna go.
Yeah, and we see Andrea kind of changing the game a little bit, kind of going head and body, but she needs a little more a little more power on those strikes.
I mean, she's got to come back with more combinations than one or two punches. She's got to mix it up, and you can see Dulce is really mixing up her shots. You can tell that her training has been on point.
She's doing a phenomenal job.
Great jab. Look how she covers. I like the covering. Great 1-2. She's coming inside. I don't see any angles from Andrea. She's got to move. She's got to pivot. If she's going to stay on the outside, you got to move.
Beautiful right to the body, left hook upstairs.
Oh, this looks like
Andrea's turning a little bit.
She's going to the body. She's got to come up to the top. She's keeping her guard up. This isn't going to last much longer if she keeps defending this way.
And Dulce is doing a good job of just being patient, throwing the strikes when she
nice
finds
body,
the opening.
nice
Beautiful body shots. Vicious again. It's that high guard. Seeing that body as an opening, and Andrea's hands keep going down after that.
She's got to move.
And we see her kind of gasping a little bit for the air. It's exhausting to take all those body shots.
Yes, now a takedown attempt.
We saw one. Maybe she can actually finally hold on to the leg and get the full takedown.
Andrea's got to keep her hands up. She's got to move.
And
Otherwise,
we see those strikes just exhausting.
Yes, body shot, body shot. The ref's going to step in soon. Doesn't look like she wants to be in there.
It doesn't, but man, Andrea's still pushing. She's still giving it her all, but you can tell she's exhausted from those body shots.
Nice knee. I just don't feel like she has much oomph on anything she's throwing.
Yeah, the power after so much exhaustion is just lacking. But Dulce Encarnación is walking forward. Beautiful straight right. And you see how she's changing the pace. You see the grimace on Andrea's face.
We both know what a body shot can do.
Yeah.
Dulce's got to finish it, though. She's got to, if she really, really wants this, she's got to go in for the kill.
She wants to prove a point tonight. And for her being the first women's fight, this is a historic fight.
And
so
also,
for her,
she's 0-1, so the reality of it is she wants to get that 1-1.
Yeah.
This is the time to shine.
She wants to make it even again and finally be in that winner's circle.
You got to give it to you this way. Andrea's a tough one. She's in there, she's fighting, and she's not quitting. So, and the ref, I tell you what, the ref's doing a good job of letting them scrap it out.
Oh, man, just going. After so long, I believe the ref is going to stop this. And yes, he is. Beautiful job by Dulce Encarnación, La Potra. Amazing job representing her country. Amazing job being the first women's professional fight in the DR. And you see how much this means to her. That was an incredible performance.
Once again, great job by Fighting Force, and also just a great job by the matchmaking. You know, these fights have been really well balanced.
Yeah, they've been definitely well balanced. There hasn't been a complete one-side domination, and this one was back and forth a little bit in the beginning. Both women scrapped, but Dulce Encarnación was able to implement a better game plan, use the size to her advantage, and mix up, whether it was with takedowns, the back takes, the underhooks, the head and low, the body strikes, all that stuff, and the game plan was amazing.
I thought their striking was the best we've seen all night.
Yeah.
Honestly, their defense, the way they both stood there, they did everything right with the underhooks. You know, I would like to see Andrea work on her whizzer a little more. You know, I think conditioning definitely played a factor there.
But overall, wow, what a performance. Again, the very first women's fight in the DR, and to start it with that, I can't wait to see more talent that's coming next for the women fighters here.
Well, it's great to be announcing with you. We made history together.
And you see the excitement. You see how happy she is.
Oh, yes. You know what it's like to come off a loss and come back and do something so great like this. Look at the replay, working the top and the bottom. I love the way she transitioned from body to head. You know, Andrea stood in there, you know,
She never
tough.
gave up.
No, never.
She never fell once, and that was a great job by the ref looking at it, knowing that there wasn't going to be any other reason to take more damage. But the official call inside the cage.
This is
Señores,
Force
y el pueblo todavía la
4.
pide. Tenemos
And
la
we
esperanza
have a
de
winner
tener
by
a la
TKO
judoka
at the
más
3 minutes,
condecorada de la República
11
Dominicana.
seconds. Is the red corner, Dulce
Ahora
Encarnación, La Potra.
Dulce Encarnación now makes the record 1-1. What an amazing fight. What an amazing performance. Mixing it up, putting on a show, and now she has created history for her country.
It's going to be a great time.